Hi guys, this is Diane Caneda, your reigning Miss Asia USA. I want to thank Wendy Lindo for having me in her show. It's such an amazing experience. It's so comfortable here and I'm having a great time. I almost fell asleep, but she's very energetic and she just have the right questions to ask me and I have a great time. Thank you, Landy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Business Connections, where we help you promote your business and get connected to people. So, for today's episode, I'm very excited because we're going to be talking about pageantry. I have a very exciting guest, amazing guest, and she is the current reigning Miss Asia USA 2019 and the current 2021 as well. So let me introduce the one and only, the beautiful Didi Caneda.
Hello, mabuhay. Thanks, Wendy, for having me in your show.
Oh my God! Thank you, Didi, for coming here.
My pleasure.
Yes, I know you.
Ikaw pa,
super
sis. Of course.
Salamat talaga.
Kakaiyak, joke.
Didi here, nako, napakakwela po nga na. She's so beautiful. She's so talagang talented.
Aww.
At the same time, very humbled siya. And makwela. So Didi, you know, my TBC viewers really wanted to know in depth, who is Didi Caneda?
Didi is very broad yung ko, spectrum. First of all, I'm a daughter. I'm the eldest in my family of four. And I'm also an entrepreneur. I'm a teacher. I'm an artist. I have so much in me. I do teach fitness like 8 hours a day, and I perform on Thursday, Friday, Saturday as an artist, as a belly dance artist. So I'm the only Filipina currently that's been active in the Hollywood and Beverly scene. So I take honor and proud of that. Like I'm Filipino when they say like, oh, where are you from? I say Philippines.
I love that.
So, but I'm also a fitness coach for senior wellness programs, but especially for Alzheimer's. That's my very dearest format. Like I do music therapy, physical, even to the simplest like hand movements with them. So
Nice. But Didi, you mentioned to me way back, you're from Cebu.
yes, I'm proud to be Bisaya. I'm from Talisay City, Cebu. I grew up there. I grew up with trees farm by the ocean. So that's the city closest to the ocean.
Wow. I've been to Cebu. A lot of great food.
Lechon.
People. Oh, lechon, di ba? Lechon yan. And then Didi, you also mentioned to me at the young age of 16 years old, you're very active in health, fitness, right? Can you tell me
Yes,
more about that?
absolutely. So when I was 16 years old, I was always been a national athlete. I represented the Philippines since I was 9 years old. And after through the training, I met a lot of mentors throughout the way. And when I was 16, I was more kind of legit already to work and be trained as a group exercise instructor. So then I trained for aqua aerobics, cardio Latin. The only format I didn't do is step aerobics because that was just like too much for me to jump over, not having any dance background. But I learned through the process and I've mentored also a lot of people. And then I discovered the only thing that lasted also and is very personal to me, which is belly dancing as a fitness. I started belly dancing as a cardio fitness as a promise to my mom. You know, like any teenager, I mean, I admit to that. And I promised my mom to be a better daughter. So my way of giving back to her is to mentor women to embrace themselves and take care of their body, their mind, and their soul. And through belly dancing, I was able to connect to a lot of all walks of life and ages with women from teenager, people dealing with self-confident issues, and to mom also like lost a lot of like their selves during the process of motherhood and being a wife. Like it's a good way to just give back. And my mom was like, okay, like, and then from there on I became an artist.
Wow.
Yes.
And you also mentioned to me when we were having a conversation, tell the viewers that you also is a nurse, right?
Yes, I'm a graduate of Bachelor's in Nursing, University of Cebu, and I'm proud Usanian.
Say hi to Cebu.
Hi, this is University of Cebu. You'll be watching.
And then, did you practice that when you came to the U.S.? How old were you when you came in the U.S.?
I came here when I was freshly grad at 2021, so I waited for a while, but there's a rules that change, and then it kind of stopped me from proceeding and practicing nursing. But my first love has always been like fitness and wellness and dancing and mentoring. So I prayed a lot.
I know.
And God always opened doors,
Yes.
especially like I don't have friends here that time. I don't have family. So I think it was just praying a lot, and then people just like, when you talk about it also with people, and when they hear you and they understand like being an immigrant, that's a nice thing about being in America, that is also very relatable in a way that a lot of us are immigrants. So that time I have few immigrant friends. They're like, oh, we'll connect you to this business, and then they might able to help you and accommodate you, and that was the start.
So that's how it started. You
Yes.
became an entrepreneur, and I wanted to know, how did you get to the pageantry? Tell me more about that.
Oh, interesting. So pageantry was like out of the blue thing. Like I was happy as an artist, I was happy as a teacher and as an entrepreneur, and I was searching for a little bit more about like what I could really do more for myself and to connect with more, I guess, subconsciously. Like I want to be in connect with other women out there. And I went to a cultural festival. I love festival. I love carnival. I love culture. And they always have like talent scouts all over the festivals in LA. And this lady she was actually Filipina. She approached me and she's like, I think you'll be suited for Miss Philippines. We're looking for a potential candidate to represent Philippines for Miss Asia USA. And me being an open-minded, I was like, oh, sure, I would love to. Like, so I went to approach Virgilia Productions and went through the application, and that was the start. But I actually joined Miss Asia USA twice.
You did.
I did.
What year was that?
So the first year was 2017, but I came there as just like, okay, this is different. And being a leader, being as like always on the spotlight as like the star of the show here in pageantry, it's different. People see that you're like the spotlight, but along the process you're actually becoming a good follower,
That is right.
like behind the scene, because you are following the rules. And the nice thing about being in the Virgilia production, it's not like we meet 2 weeks within the pageant and that's the show. It's like a 3-4 months process, like every weekend. Like there's a lot of developmental process with where you're walking, and also it's also a business pageant, so you meet a lot of people that are in the pageantry.
So it must be like really, amazing, and you've learned a lot of great things. So you you said that it wasn't your first 2017,
Yes.
and then after that, you also
I joined at a year after.
a year after.
Yes, I met beautiful women, like so Miss Asia, and there's Mrs. Asia USA.
I see.
So I build relationship with the misses, and they all rally to me like, and that year in 2017, I won as Miss Congeniality, and it was such a very endearing like award, because that's the award that all the ladies vote for you. So I was like, oh, like that's the only, like for me it means a lot to me. But with that whole course of 2017, I met this wonderful, like the real queens, like the Mrs. Queens, and they're like, we will support you if you run again. And I was like, let me think about it. And after a month, they were just texting, blasting me every day, and they're like, okay, I'll do it. Like I just have to mentally process myself, because I know like it's a 3-4 months, 6 weeks like of being just in the pageant.
Is it like more of the training? How was the
Yes.
training? I know you've learned a lot of stuff there that maybe you can also share to the upcoming
Queens.
queens. Yes,
Not only the training, it's also the
the
preparation.
preparation.
Because you have your national costume, you have your evening gown, and then you have your all white gowns. But I think the most exciting one is the national costume because you, as one of the Asian countries in America, you want to represent your country in your own personal way. So I have to be really hands on with what I want, and it took. And the funny part is I wanted to just do my own, but you really need a team. So I got a designer to help me put it together. It was actually my own version of Ibong Adarna.
Oh wow, nice.
So colorful but white and festive. From Cebu, I wanted to also represent like
You
the old
represent,
style,
yes.
like sinulog, like the dancers, which is like halfies.
Yes.
Very traditional and native. So I wanted that with a little touch of the bird and the whole shebang.
So you work with a designer to have that
Together, it's like
together. Okay.
30 pounds.
Wow, 30 pounds?
Yes, because it has a headpiece and all the whole
Oh wow.
the boots and that stuff.
It's-
And that was fun. And the other part is the training, which is being there like in proper costume all the time to the T. And Virgilia always make sure the girls prepare themselves in the pageant. So they always check you out like head to toe, like from your crown, from your from your nails to everything, from your accessories, your makeup, like really prepare you to be a winner. And that's the beauty and getting that vibe every time you go there. You subconsciously absorb that as a woman, like really taking care of yourself, like no matter how pressure. Like
so she's
it
the
is.
one that coaching all the contestants, the
Yes,
candidates.
pretty
okay.
much. And then there's a couple like pageant coaches around.
I see. So if I'm let's say 18, 20 years old in age and I wanted to join the Miss Asia USA, what is the process?
The process is you have to of course apply to Virgilia, and she will be the one deciding, and you have to provide your own, like all pageants, you have to provide your own national costumes and
There's an
to get-
audition.
yeah.
Oh, I see.
There's a
Okay.
casting call. You have to make sure you go to the casting call.
So getting into Miss Asia USA, is there like an age limit
For the Miss,
for the Miss? Yes.
I think it's 28 to 29.
What about for the Misses?
The Mrs.
Asia USA.
50,
Oh, okay, 50.
50 to 60. But 60 is more like senior global.
Uh-huh.
There's so Virgilia has a lot of sections in her production. So Miss Asia is so happen to be the longest title, which
see.
is going to be the 33rd Miss Asia this November 2021. And but we also cater to the Latino community and to the Europe Global. So Virgilia hosts actually the biggest and probably like the most prestige Latino pageant, which is Latina Global, which is Miss and Mrs., and the biggest European Global in America, which is Europe Global.
Oh wow.
So we have three umbrellas. It's one of the biggest continental pageant in the whole America.
In the whole America.
And also it's also the pageant that helps you like get visas,
oh, okay.
because we have out of the country like
So they can
candidates.
bring those
Yes.
beauty queens here
yeah
in the
through
US.
Virgilia
Through
production.
Virgilia production.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Like Miss Universe.
Yeah,
or-
the Miss Universe. So what excites you the most? Like I want to hear from you. What was your first how do you feel when you first joined the Miss Asia USA? I mean, I know you were young, and how does it feel to be in that pageantry?
Pageantry. First of all, it's having a title and a crown. It's like you know that you have responsibility.
Yes. Yeah.
From the blings and the glamour, like there's a lot of hard work. I know that I have to be always prepared, at the same time be also be a student and be a listener to a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to also be a leader.
Because I saw something on your Facebook, a quote, a minute of fame is like how many hours of,
Of
work, right? So
Yes.
what they see right now, this is the polish, but
Yes.
they don't really know what you've been through, the struggles to get in, or how you get that title and your crown.
Yes. You know, being Miss Philippines to represent for Miss Asia USA, like I have to do a lot of community work. So like you get support from the Filipino community and whoever wants to support you. But I'm very blessed with good connections, and you have to be out there, even though with no connections. Like you always have to be like alert of
Yes.
promoting yourself, and people see that if you're honest and if you're real and you're
Yes.
sincere, they'll be like, oh, you'll be surprised with like, oh, okay.
Yes,
Well,
that's
we want to
right.
support you. We want to support you. And I think that's the most exciting part on the process, also becoming Miss Asia USA, that people that you don't know personally, but they see the truth and
Yeah.
the sincerity.
Authenticity.
Yes, and
Yeah.
authenticity that you want to represent your country, and you
Yes.
want to, as a woman, you want to be there and lead. I think beauty pageant has evolved throughout this whole process. Like
Yes.
it's not just like a crown and a sash. Like it's really like being in America. It's a lot. I mean, a lot of work because Miss Asia USA doesn't only cater to the Asian community. We do,
It's like the whole
the whole, like I go to the
diversity.
Latino community. I reach out to them. We do charity
Charity work.
works with them. I go to the Europe community, and I do
Oh,
what I
wow.
needed to do. And we're not just associated with one platform
Yes.
or charity work. It could be women, children, disability, development. So it's a very broad like scope.
So that's the mission of the
Miss-
Miss Asia USA. Not only really to be like limited. They
Yes.
wanted to get out and really reach out to and
Yes,
it made an
absolutely.
impact to a lot of people.
Yes,
right?
and absolutely, and especially being in America, we're such a diverse.
Yes.
We're a melting pot. So,
Yes.
having a queen from one continent, it doesn't mean she's only a queen for that continent.
Yes.
I mean, you are a speaker, a connector from your continent to the other continent, and also a representation of peace and unity.
Yes.
Especially in this big American country.
Yes. So what does your crown and sash means to you right now? Like, what does it represent now that you are crowned from 2019 and this year?
Oh, it means a lot to me, but I think it's, in one word, I would say it's unity.
I love that.
Like, and through the pandemic, I was one of the only queens that also did charity work. I think having that Filipino mentality of like, just like, no matter what happened, you want to be there and you want to make it work. So with that, I was able to unite other people in terms of pandemic and be out there.
I love that. That's what we needed, right?
Yeah,
Is
it
to have
actually came just
unity.
out for me because I was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
I love it. It's just, and I think when we're united, it takes all like the aspects of peace, love, and
That is
like,
right. And there is strength in
understanding.
numbers as well, right?
Yeah,
And that's what I like about you. Very authentic. She's so kalog.
I
And
know.
she's a people. You have great personal skills.
Aw,
Like
thank
talagang
you.
ano,
I
grabe,
owe it from my
yeah.
mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my mom is like she's like everybody's mom. Like if there's
She's
an
like
adult,
loved by
Yes.
everyone.
like
just
every
like
time,
you. That's what barely you got it from
Every
your
time
mom.
I go home to the Philippines and they're like, "Can we borrow your mom?" Like, "Mama," I'm like, "Sure." And but I'm like also kind of like the same in the other way. Like, parents like, "Oh, pwede ikaw na ring anak." I'm like, I have a lot of moms here too.
Oh, okay.
It's so funny. Like from Egyptian mom, Arabic mom, my
Wow.
black mom, my Chinese
I love
mom.
that.
I'm like everybody's daughter.
Nice, nice. So now, Didi, now that you're the reigning queen, and do you want to give advice to the upcoming queens? What do you
Yes.
want to give advice to them? Like if they wanted to join to be a candidate, Miss Asia, USA, or any other pageantry, what
Right.
advice can you give them?
First, if you submit yourself to go for it, you also always have a very good mental state, mental endurance to endure whatever obstacles you're gonna go through. Because it's not pageantry is not the easiest. Like I'm straight up. Like I'm very
I like
authentic.
that. I
Like
like that.
it's
Yes.
not the easiest, to be part of. And there's a lot of subjects to it. There's a lot of parts of it, and sometimes you just have to pray because you plan like 300%, but there's always something's gonna happen on the line. So you always have to be extra prepared and be alert and be flexible at the same time and just work it on what's on the situation. Like if it's damaged, you have to think fast, like all the time. You have to be alert. I think that's the biggest thing.
Oh wow! Are those the things that you've also learned during
Yes, because
mentally toughness?
mental toughness and endurance, because doing the pageant alone with no support system, it was quite challenging. Like I have my designers, I have my makeup artists, but on the long run I was doing everything on my own, checking, like double checking, like to the detail. Like let's say my evening gown, I have to make sure there's a lot of repetition. And with Miss Asia USA, you have to submit your gown for approval. You can't just wear a gown on stage and be like, on those, and you'll be surprising them. So they have to approve everything that you put on together on stage.
I see.
And there's a lot of like submission, and it's like, oh my, like
a lot of work.
a lot of work,
lot of
and then
work.
going back and forth. There's little things, you know,
Yes.
and but this little things matters for you to have a one like
Yes.
successful thing. But it's just like doing it all by yourself. It's a lot.
Is that the one that we were talking? Like you do you
Do you- do
you do everything, right? That's how you
Yeah.
learn. So are you also planning to have like a coaching, mentoring, or maybe courses? Like give them some advice, right? Or do you
Oh.
also have YouTube?
I'm slowly working on that. I think I'm very attached to my seniors of wellness, so I'm gearing towards that. So, because I've been asked and people want to hear me talk, but actually talk a lot in a day. But I think I have to step it up now. I think it's my time to step up, and I think after Miss Asia USA, I'll get more time to really gather everything, put everything. Because with Miss Asia USA, I want to be there in all the events. Like I don't want to miss out, like reaching out to people, and everybody just pulling me here and there. But it's my very pleasure to represent Asia and especially Philippines.
Yes.
You know, like being warm, and I think it comes out naturally to me. So I just like being with people and make people feel good, and the presence of like being like happy.
Happy. Tell me more about that senior. You're like, I can feel that you're very passionate about taking care, or is it giving back?
It is a giving
Voluntary.
back. I think it's also subconsciously because I never had a relationship with my grandparents. So I think the universe, the world, or God just gave me this opportunity to spend time with the seniors, with the elders, but in an activity way. So I do activities with them. I used to go visit facilities. Now I'm doing online, which is, I'm so glad they're still keeping me and entertaining them. So when they see me, they're like naturally happy. And sometimes they would be like, "Oh, where's your Miss Crown?" Sometimes if there's breaks, I always make sure I make time to see them online because it's a daily basis.
Oh,
So
wow.
in between my appearances, if I have a little time, I don't want to miss out like an online time with them because they help me be grounded and be
Yes.
happy. And
How many are them? Like when you do the Zoom.
Zoom.
Yeah.
For one class, they're probably around like 17 to 20.
Wow.
So the Alzheimer's one, it's like in school, they're all lined up.
Yes, yes.
And they just watch the TV, and it's one of the most like amazing things that I'm also like amazed with, because even though they're having an Alzheimer, but they see my face,
And
they
you can
hear
see
my
their face.
voice,
Mm-hmm.
they react to it like
Oh, wow. It's
like
like they
know.
recognize you.
They recognize me as a teacher, like a fitness coach.
Wow.
It's exercise time, but they don't know my name. They just know it's exercise time. It's the exercise teacher, fitness teacher.
Oh, wow. That's
It's one
amazing.
of the like out of this world
So
experience.
that's voluntary. It's like you just want to
No,
give
it's
back.
actually that's my company,
Oh, that's your
Vertex
company.
Fitness.
Talk about that company, the Vertex Fitness.
Vertex Fitness, I opened up on 2019 before the pandemic, because of the California rule, and it was meant to just cater like the senior well. That was my focus. So for now, it's my focus. Having the pageantry, it's like making it grow. It's a lot, you know. It's like I'm taking it one step at a time, not getting overwhelmed. Especially if I don't have my mom. It's like
Yes, of
I
course.
just want to
Yeah.
hug. I'm like, Mom, but doing business and pageantry life. And well, this is the truth. When you're in
Yes.
America, you're on your own.
Yeah.
It's not like in the Philippines that you could get help so easily, you know? Like, yeah, I'll be wearing on my heels and crown and sash like on the midday to night, but like after that, you still have to drive yourself. Like you have to clean everything, do dishes, like
That's true, right?
and that's the real like Asian Filipino American way of living. You know?
That is right. So Didi, I mean, you're very I mean, not only busy with the pageantry, I saw on your Facebook you do belly dancing. You also do, you said your fitness, other,
Right.
exercise, and then with the senior. And then I also saw that you're now a board member of the
Oh.
I want to know about that. That's
know
all
that
giving
so
back. So
much.
you have another organization that you just will join and become a board
director,
member,
yes.
board
Board of
director.
director.
Yeah. So what is the mission and vision of FAGLA?
Oh, okay. I'm proud member and board director of the Philippine American South Bay. Yay, South Bay. That one is for sure giving back. All of us are volunteering our time, but the mission and vision of FACCLA is to connect Filipino American businesses and to take them to a bigger stage, and really about uniting all businesses. And that's what we're all about. Like subconsciously, sometimes we don't know, like we're already a business,
Yes.
but if we talk and relate to other people, like there's always something we need from that person or like a resource. So that is the mission and vision of the chamber, is to connect everybody as much as possible. And especially through the pandemic, we were hosting Zoom and to probably better like the business structure of everybody in the business.
That is right. So, what if like there's a lot of people that wanted to join your organization? How can they, is it like they have to give their application, and how can they reach out? Oh, by the way, before we move forward, maybe we can show your social media platform where they can reach you.
Yes.
So, Didi
Yes, you could
Caneda
reach
is-
me. Actually, I'm also part of the membership committee. So if everybody's or anybody's interested to join the chamber, they're very welcome. We do a lot of mixers. I mean, we do our best to be cautious, but we're all very active, especially around the Carson,
Yay.
California. Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
So now you have a Facebook, Didi Caneda, Instagram at Didi Caneda,
Yes.
and you have also LinkedIn and the YouTube,
Yes,
and you
I need
said
to
that
update
that's the one that
that.
you're working on.
Yes.
So what else do you do? I think you're already you
I
can do
mean,
everything. You're like versatile.
Thank you. I still want to do a lot of things, you know. Like I love being creative, so that's my goal, to have more creative time aside from having a very structured business, being a teacher and being a pageant and entrepreneur.
I
Like
know.
I want to create I love creating things.
You're creating. So what do you do like on your me time? Because you're always like doing a lot of things, activities. So what do you do? Like
for
it's my time
me-
today. So
Oh,
what do
for
you love to
me,
do?
I actually found yoga, like self meditation. I don't need a lot. Like right now, I just don't have a lot of time. But it helps me to plug in, like myself, and just be tap into like and centering myself. a little bit, just a little bit.
Yes.
Just
We needed
dust
that.
off.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I love meditating and yoga, and doing like new physical like things because I have injuries. Actually, I have sciatica. I'm scoliosis.
Wow. And you're
So
wearing your
heels.
4 inches heels. Wow.
So for me, as much I'm able to move physically, it's the one that thing that excites
You needed
me.
it. Yes.
And I've always been sickly. Actually, people don't know that, but I think I'm just naturally like cheerful. But I'm very sickly. I'm sensitive to light. I have
Oh.
sounds, but I just smile even though it's like.
Oh, wow.
pain.
I didn't
There's a
say
lot
that.
of times like in the red carpet that my right face, I get a lot of right migraines.
Oh, wow.
So
Sorry.
even though it's like it's in pain, I still like carry. The show must go on.
So I think because when you came in our studio, you're already like, hi, you're so cheerful, joyful, and like so happy.
Aw.
And then what else do you wanted to achieve? Where do you see yourself? First is what else do you wanted to achieve?
Right.
And then the last question is, where do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years?
I want to achieve more mentoring. I want to lead more people to be where they want to be destined, like wherever they want to be. And I miss that because have a little experience it when I was in college when I was mentoring. Now I want to tap into that again, hopefully cross. And I see myself like having businesses and to give jobs to people. Like that's where I want to see, like help other people and probably a stepping way for them to wherever they want to be.
Yeah, that is right.
Like own a educational like system.
Like a school?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Actually, I
nice.
always have a vision of that since I was like 7 years old that I will have a school. But I just love seeing people succeed
Of
in
course.
their dreams and their goals. And I work with a lot of teenagers before having self-confidence issue, moms that went to like divorce
Yes.
and women in general are confused. So it gives so much joy for me to see other women, especially, and I mean also men, to succeed. But most especially women, like succeeding and really like glowing and wearing their crown. It's like, I mean, before having Miss Asia USA, I've always have that passion. So having the title and the sash kind of just like add a little the real legit stuff.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
but right now I'm mentoring actually a lot of the delegates. Like they were calling me. I'm like, oh, what do? I don't usually answer. I mean, there's a lot of scam calls in America.
I know.
So they would give me a text. I would tell them, you have to text me ahead before I pick up the call because like, oh, I'm talking 8-10 hours a day as a teacher, as an instructor. So it's like, oh, and then I don't have all that time to accommodate all these people. So they would be
A lot.
calling me and they'd be like, oh, they need advice and what they need help for, even from their gown, their shoes. So it's like a mommy, like,
Yes.
like, oh,
You're the mom now for all the new.
yeah,
the
like for the
newbies.
miss and the misses, it's so funny because a lot of the misses are very successful women, and they
yes.
would call me to ask for advice and like, what is it? Even the colors, like, oh, okay,
Wow, that's amazing.
it's fun. It's fun.
It is fun for sure. Well, anyway, thank you, Didi. Is there any other things that you wanted to, tell the viewers before we end the show?
Aw, thank you. First of all, thank you, Wendy, and thank you for my earrings. Like, guys, bigay ni ano ni Wendy. Ang ganda. So pretty. But anyways, to all my audience of Wendy Lindo show, always dream and work on that dream and pray. You need to pray on that dream and act on it. It's very important. Dreams with no action is
Just it's mere
it's
dream,
mere
yeah.
delusion.
Yes, that is right.
So always pray, act, and go for it. And always give yourself a lot of room to improve and grow.
That's
'Cause-
great. Yeah.
And learn.
And I also have a wish for Didi.
Yes.
First of all, thank you for coming. I know you drove all the way from LA, and my wish for you is for you to be successful because I can see you have a kind heart. You have a beautiful heart, and with all the information that you gave our viewers, I mean, That's a lot of nuggets already.
Oh,
So
thank you.
I wish you all the success and become one of the blessings to all the people that are in darkness.
Oh, thank you.
So again, see you again on the next episode of the Business Connections. And for those of you that wanted to watch the full episode of me and Didi Caneda, please follow the Wendy Linda Show on Facebook. And I also have the YouTube channel, The Wendy Linda Show. So see you guys.